All right, so how's everybody doing? Yeah, second one in one day. Something's happened. Nothing major. I just don't know if people have seen it in the news. I've actually been kind of going through the different kinds of hopscotch boards because, yeah, this one is on a Korn album cover. And I kind of, blew it up and got into it. And then okay, so this is at the end of the video. But at the beginning of the video, there's an actual square right down here after the one square. And I don't know if that means anything because here's the big kicker. Okay, so let's go back to the future, Doc Brown, right? And I showed this in a video one time, but for people who don't remember or whatever, we'll go over it again. Okay, now how Doc Brown explained it is, right? Oh my goodness, my pen's not going to work. So here's a line, right? And somebody touched, okay, we talked about as soon as they touched us, okay, and I think that gets back to, what was the name of that movie? Nicolas Cage did a movie back in the day, and I think I got some info on that. Yeah, okay, so Nicolas Cage did a movie, and I think it was called Next. I don't remember. Yeah, Next, right there, 2007. And basically, what that is he had the ability to see like 2 minutes into the future. And, and let me tell you, everybody does this on their own every day. How many times in the past have you, I don't know, made plans to attend a concert on a weekend or go to a football game or go to the lake or even something in the middle we can make plans, but certain things have to get done, right? So in your head, you run through a mental checklist of if I do this, I can do this and this and this, and you work your way, right, from, where you're standing, right here, right, to where you want to go, okay? And you see all the different paths that could happen, whether you need a babysitter, and there's different options of the babysitters and which ones are more likely to happen. You do this in your mind, right? You can kind of look forward a little bit, and it's not that you're looking, you're just planning, okay? So let's go back to the beginning, right? Even during, I'm pretty sure at the at the time of going from androgynous to male and female, which was the creation of the planets, you know, Iran has even mentioned this, Donald Trump has mentioned this, something about a dead man switch, right? And I think because God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, had everybody's thoughts. And so there was a potential that this could happen, right? Because I knew you before you were in the womb. So I think there was a built-in dead man switch that if it didn't go as agreed when the two different realities were created, and it got touched and boom, I don't know, but that's irrelevant. Okay, so let's go to Doc Brown now. The way he explained it was there's a timeline, right? And this is what happened in the movie. Future Doc Brown, all right? And it's not future from here. It's just somebody from the future went back in the past. Future Doc Brown went and visited young Doc Brown, right? And that's what he did. He said, as soon as this happened, it created an alternate reality. And you see this happen in, again, like Men in Black 3, as soon as they go back in time and kill Jay, everything changes for Jay, right? It also happens in the Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams, the Romulan ship goes back in the past and changes everything. It's how all this works. It's called a paradox. Okay? So anyway, so this is what we've been doing. We've been going all the way back to that point where the touch took place. And I've been mentioning it for a while now, and I keep looking past it because I don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and say I do know, okay? Because I still don't know. But what I find funny is, okay, so we've reached that day of what we call first contact touch, right? The first touch. And oddly enough, just apparently today sometime, we had somebody say something to the fact that right here, starting today, the era of restraint is over. And there again in the script, it talks about the removal of the restrainer. So with the timelines having run out, I do believe, and we've made the turn and marched our way all the way back down to that first contact, that first touch. I don't know. Tonight could be big. I don't, like I said, I don't know how this plays out. You know, the cool thing about the story about the boy who cried wolf, the wolf eventually shows up. I'm just saying. All right, so and you know, for me, it's always like a positive thing. There's nothing negative about what's about to happen. A lot of people don't see it, and that's fine. You know, some people do, and some people don't. That's just how it goes. You know, it is what it is. And if we have to go a couple more days, so be it. But, you know, this is a pretty big thing to be sticking in the news. So anyway, get back to what you were doing. Love you all. And if we haven't flipped to the flip side, we'll just keep watching and talking, I guess. All right. Love you all. Bye-bye.